Hello my friends, and welcome once again to another episode of Tony's Bits on the Side. If you don't know what Tony's Bits on the Side is, it is a playlist on the Tony's Comfort Kitchen channel, where I cook mainly starters, side dishes, simple salads, and do 1 or 2 food prep videos. And today it's definitely going to be a salad day, because it's about 34-35 degrees C outside and I'm absolutely baked. So it's an old cook salad. It's actually a tabbouleh. So here I've got 220 grams of couscous. It's medium grain couscous. Now then, I'm going to add some water to it, some hot water in, to cover it by about, I don't know, centimetre and a half, say half an inch. I'm going to add a bit of salt. I'm just going to give it a little stir. And we'll leave that with the lid on to one side to soak up all that water. Now then, in the meantime, I have half a red pepper, half a yellow pepper, a bit smaller but it doesn't matter. A good, what's that, 2.5 inch, 3 centimetre piece of cucumber, and 4 tomatoes. And so we're just going to chop up those very finely. So this isn't the most exciting of things to watch, so I will speed up this video. You want these chunks to be sort of fairly small, but not minute. Again, it just wants to be sliced up into fairly thin slices, not too thin, not paper thin. And then, I know it's a bit laborious, but chop them up into small chunks, just like we did with the peppers. Okay, that's the tomatoes. I'm not actually going to do that 4th one. I think I've got enough there with the 3. So, once again, we'll add those to everything else. And I shall just go and wash this chopping board before we go on to the next ingredients. Okay, and the next ingredients are, I'll pick them up, a bunch of flat leaf parsley. In this case I have 3 sprigs of mint, a small bunch of coriander. Put those to one side. We'll start with doing the parsley. We don't want the big stalks. Right, and then we'll start to chop them up. This is not easy at first. Takes forever this, but it's worth it. So we're going to add the coriander. You can keep the big stalks, they're perfectly fine. Carry on chopping. I've just realised this isn't a very good knife for chopping with. The blade's too flat. It needs to have more of a curve in it. Anyway, I've started, so I will continue. And finally, we've got all mint. Wouldn't be a tabbouleh without mint. Oh, blimey! Right, I think that's that done. God, it's a chore when you have a knife that doesn't rock properly. So make sure you have a good sort of a knife with a good curve in it. You could, I suppose, put it in a food blender, but you've got to be careful because you might turn it to an absolute mush. You have to keep an eye on it. Anyway, that should do. So we'll now turn our attention to the couscous, which should have been soaked up, or the water should have been soaked up. Okay, so here we have the couscous, which should be good. It's pretty solid. It's looking good. Now then, we're going to put this into a larger bowl, obviously, because it wouldn't all go into that. Now then, just to break up the couscous. You don't want lumpy tabbouleh. I just had to make something cold and something you didn't have to cook, because as I say, it's about 35 degrees outside here today, and it's roasting, and the last thing I wanted was any more heat in the kitchen. Okay, the couscous is looking okay. So now to add the rest of the ingredients. Now then, a good tabbouleh has to be very green, and I think we'll all agree that is very green. Mix all that greenery in. Then simply add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so mixing it together. There is one final ingredient that I haven't mentioned yet, apart from oil and lemon juice. I will add them right now. Now these are sultanas, I don't know if you can see them, that I've been I've been soaking them in hot water to plump them up. They're looking nice and plump. And smelling sweet, I can smell them from here. Lovely. So just a case of mixing everything together. Add some seasoning, and then the oil, and as I say, lemon juice, and we should be good to try it. Look at that lovely colour. Absolutely gorgeous. Bit of salt. Okay, the juice of 1 lemon, and then olive oil to your choice. Good glug, probably a tablespoon. You can always adjust it later on if you want to add more. Again, just mix it all up. Needs to cool down actually. It's still, the couscous is still a little bit warm. So it'll be even better when it's cooled down. Put it in the fridge, get it cooled down, and the job's a good one. I'm sure you'll enjoy making this. Perfect with grilled meats, or just on its own with some bread. It's a real taste of summer, North African summer. Anyway, give it a go and let me know what you think. Leave comments below. As ever, if you could like, comment and subscribe, I would be over the moon, and I shall see you all in the next video. Love and peace, my friends. Love and peace.